Good morning, Class 3 and Class 4. Welcome to your reading for today. We're going to continue with the Hodgeheg. Okay, so today I would like you to read Chapter 3. You'll find that exactly where you found the rest of the chapters. Your questions for today are: how do you think Max felt at the start of the chapter? What did the lorry driver do to avoid Max? Why do you think the cyclist pedalled away sadly? And finally, can you summarise what happened to Max in this chapter? So what I'd like you to do now is go away, have a little read, pause me while you do that, have a go at the questions, and then come back when you're ready. I've got one small challenge for you before we go through the answers, but to start with, could you read the chapter please and answer the questions? Okay, so a spoonerism is when the initial letter or letters are swapped around. So I'm hoping that you noticed that when Max had bumped his head and he came back, he was sort of mumbling up his words, jumbling them up. So I've got here 8 of the things he says. Choose 1 or 2 that you'd like to have a go at, and I'd like you to just write down what you actually think Max was trying to say. Okay, pause me while you do it, then unpause me and I will tell you what he was trying to say. Okay, so here you go. Those were the answers that match the previous page. So that's what he was trying to say. Did you get it right? Did you not? Can you see what he did, or can you not? Hopefully you could work it out. Okay, so I'll go through the answers now from your comprehension questions from today. So how do you think Max felt at the start of the chapter? I've put that I think he felt a bit nervous, a bit excited, apprehensive about trying to cross the road. So anything like that would have been fantastic. Okay, so what did the lorry driver do to avoid Max? He steered and straddled him so the wheels went either side of him. Number 3, why do you think the cyclist pedalled away sadly? So I think the cyclist pedalled away sadly because he thought Max was dead and was upset that he couldn't help him. Finally, can you summarise what happened to Max in this chapter? I put, in this chapter, Max decides to try and cross the road. When he does, a lorry almost hits him and it drives over him, its wheels either side. Before he can reach the pavement, a bike accidentally hits him and he blacks out. At the end of the chapter, he crawls under his fence and into his garden, where he tries to tell his family what has happened, but he keeps getting his words muddled up. Hopefully, your explanation is something along those lines and you've summed up really well what that chapter was about. I hope you've enjoyed chapter 3 and we'll read the next chapter tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Welcome to your math session for today, class 4. So same as it has been all week, you will have the video of the man teaching you and then your worksheet at the end. So whenever he says to do the questions on the sheet, you ignore him because all of yours are at the end. Okay, so we are going to recap pounds and pence today.
9, 10 divided by 8. So we're going to have a little bit of a recap. From year 3 and then look at some new learning about pounds and pence. Our key fact, and hopefully something that we're very familiar with, is that £1 is equal to 100 pence. And let's now try and see the connection between all the decimals work we've just done and pounds and pence, because we've got that idea of 100, haven't we? And we've looked at that a lot with hundredths, about how we write hundredths using decimals. So 1p, 1 pence, is 1/100th of a pound, because 100 pence is equal to £1. So we could write that as a decimal, couldn't we? 1 pence is equal to 100th of £1, which we'd write as a decimal, and remembering to put the pound sign at the front. So have a go at writing 2p in pounds, 10p in pounds, and then 0.84 pounds in pence using those key facts at the top. Let's see how we got on. Well, if 1p is 0.01 pounds, 2p is 0.02 pounds, isn't it? 10p, well, that's a tenth of a pound. 1p is 100th of a pound, 10p is a tenth. So we'd write that as 0.10. And it is quite interesting, when we're dealing with money, we do put that second zero on to show that it's 10 pence. And £0.84 in pence, well, it's going to be less than 100 pence, isn't it? Because we've got less than £1. It's going to be 84 pence. So we could look at this amount of money and we could record how much we've got. We can see we've got £2, we've got a £2 coin. How many pence have we got? We've got a 50p and two 2p, so we've got 54 pence. We could write that as £2 and 54p. And now we know that 54p is actually 0.54 pounds, don't we? So we could write £2 54 pence. And that's how we see amounts of money when they're over £1 in shops or online. When we'd say £2.54, we wouldn't normally say £2.54p. We'd say £2.54. And as you can see, when we've written the pound sign and when we've recorded our pence as decimals, we don't write the pence sign as well. We only write the pound sign. Here we've got another. We've got £5. We've got two £2 coins and a £1 coin. We've got £5. How many pence have we got? We've got a 5p and three 1p's. We've got 8 pence. £5 and 8 pence. So let's think about how we're going to write this using the decimal. Would we write it like that? Well, no, we wouldn't, would we? Because that says 5.8 pounds. And the 8 there means 8 tenths, doesn't it? Let's think back to our decimals lessons. So it means 8 tenths, but we know that 8 pence isn't 8 tenths of a pound, it's 8 hundredths of a pound. So £5 and 8 pence. Because if we'd written 5.8, that would mean 80p, not 8p. You've got two amounts of money there. Have a go at counting them up and writing the amounts in those 4 different ways. Let's see how we've got on. So on the left-hand side, we've got £2. We've got a 5p, 6, 7, 8, 9 pence. So that's £2 and 9 pence. And thinking back, remember 9 pence is 9 hundredths of a pound. So it's going to be £2 and 9 pence, 2.09. Of course, 2.9 will be £2 and 90 pence. Let's have a look at the second amount of money. Now, this one was a bit trickier because we don't have a pound coin or a £2 coin, but we do have more than a pound. Did you spot that? 50p, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100 pence. So that is a pound. We've got £1 there. And we've got 7 pence as well. £1, 7 pence. Remember, 7 pence is 7 hundredths of a pound. £1, 7 pence, 1.07. Have a go at the first 5 questions on your worksheet. When we're talking about money, we sometimes say that some of the coins are silver and some of the coins are copper. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's any or not much silver in any of the coins that we use. Otherwise, they'd probably be worth a lot more than they are. But we can see that some are silver coloured and some are copper coloured. So, which coins do you think are silver and which are copper? Just pause the video and jot down which ones do you think are which. Let's have a check. So we can see that they sort of work in a sequence, don't they? We've got 50p, 20p, 10p and 5p, which are all in an order, if we put them in order of value. They're all the silver coins, what we might call silver. And the coppers are the 2p's and the 1p's. And you might hear people say, I've only got coppers, which probably means they don't have much money in their wallet or in their purse. The £2 and the £1, we don't say silver or copper for those, because as you can see they've got two colours, those two coins. We sometimes call them bicoloured, which means, of course, two colours. Have a go at questions 6 and 7 on your worksheet. Hello.
I hope you found that all okay today. You've got your questions on the screen now. I'd really like it if you could do all 6, but if not, just 4 would be fabulous, please. Any problems, just email me. That's what I'm here for, to go through it with you. So, yes, sorry, pause me now before I put the answers on, because I don't want you to see them before you do it. Okay, your answers are on the screen now. If you're looking at that and thinking, oh my goodness, I've not got those right, just email me and we'll work it out together. So, on to your writing lesson for today. So, our learning objective today is, how do I plan a story? The king had known that the gift he presented to his children on their 5th birthday was dangerous. However, he was prepared to take the risk of letting them own a pet dragon. Eventually, hopefully, sometime in the future, the twins would rule the kingdom together, and they would need all the help they could get. No one could deny that a dragon was a powerful ally. Before that day, though, the children had much work to do. They had to train their dragon. Okay, I'm briefly going to tell you your task now, then I'm going to give you some more information and go through it properly at the end. But your task for today is you're going to be planning what could happen next in the story. You're going to use bullet points to make notes of the events that you want to happen, and you're going to plan the descriptive language that you're going to use within each event, okay? Remembering to use those expanded noun phrases. Now, I've got a list of questions for you to consider for your bullet points. So, why has the king given his children a dragon? Do you think it's a wise decision? So, for example, why is he giving the children a dragon? It says, doesn't it, that the dragon's a good ally. So is there a demon that's against the city that they need a dragon for? Okay, think things like that. So what do you think the children will try and train their dragon to do? Are they going to train him to fight? Are they going to train him to fly? Are they going to train him to do tricks? What are they going to do? Can you think of any strategies that the children might use to train their dragon? Where do the children live? Can you think of a good name for their kingdom? Why do you think the children will need all the help they can get when they come to rule? That could be a little bit of sort of an inkling that something's about to go wrong. Can you think of names for the children? What is the boy actually feeding to the dragon? What do you think the girl is carrying? What will they need to train their dragon to do? How will they train the dragon to do this? What could go wrong? Okay, so they're all points I want you to think about today while you're planning the next part of the story. So that's the picture there. There's the twins, the girl and the boy. So that just gives you a little bit of an insight. You can have a look around there. I can see that there's a big lake in the background. That might be a clue to something mysterious that's going to happen. I don't know. It's completely and utterly up to you. It's your story to plan. So here's your task again. So using the questions to help you, plan what could happen next in the story, use bullet points to make a note of the events that you want to happen, plan the descriptive language you are going to use within each event. So I'll just read the start of the story to you again. The king had known that the gift he presented to his children on their 5th birthday was dangerous. However, he was prepared to take the risk of letting them own a pet dragon. Eventually, hopefully sometime in the future, the twins would rule the kingdom together, and they would need all the help they could get. No one could deny that a dragon was a powerful ally. Before that day, though, the children had much work to do. They had to train their dragon. Okay, I'm very excited to hear your ideas for your story. You're going to need them tomorrow, so good luck with that today. Bye.